You can go ahead and put some thoughts in, encourage people in the chat. Your camera, you can turn it on and off as you're comfortable. We're here to celebrate, right? One of the weird things about this whole virtual environment is that we miss some of that interaction. So please, by all means, when these folks are done with their pitch and they've answered all the judges' questions, please unmute yourselves, applaud for them. This is a scary thing to do. So let's, encourage them and let them know that there are real people out here rooting for them. As a heads up, I think you probably just saw that little prompt. We are recording today's tonight's pitch contest.
So what is E for All?
So what?
Kristen,
answer the question. What's E for All?
Yeah, we are an economic development organization that focuses on entrepreneurship, and pitch contests are one of the best ways that we recruit for our program. And so we find that people, when they get up on stage and are willing to put their idea out there, oftentimes then they'll take advantage of our free programming, including our year-long business accelerator program that is free, that helps folks truly launch their businesses. And so these are just some of the wonderful stats that E for All likes to boast about. So E for All Cape Cod is one of many E for All programs. E for All is growing rapidly across the country. We are currently at 10 programs, but we want to be 50 in 5 years. But so far, these are kind of the stats so that we can talk about. So over 700 businesses started, over $43 million in revenue just in 2020 alone. And this just kind of gives you a sense of the folks that go through the program. So it's not your hoodie wearing tech bro in general, it's grassroots companies coming out of communities. And this just kind of gives you a sense of what sector E for All businesses tend to be in. A lot of services, food, retail, and a good amount of nonprofits, about 1 in 10 are nonprofits. So thank you so much to our co-host CCYP. I just wanted to let you know that you will hear from them later. After each of the pitches, we have commercial breaks, and that gives the judges a little bit of time to put in their scores, to put in some feedback. And so we'll do a little bit of tap dancing. And so we'll get to hear from CCYP in between some of those, during some of those commercial breaks, as well as a couple of other partners. And you'll get to hear a little bit more from E for All about our programming. And I did just want to mention to the judges, we will take, everybody else gets these commercial breaks, but you'll be working hard. So around 6:30, we're going to take a break for everybody so that you can get a little bit of time, 5 minutes, and then come back. So, and also just a huge thank you to E for All Cape Cod program sponsors. So these are the folks that make our programming possible. Mass Growth Capital Corporation, as well as the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Economic Office of Housing and Economic Development. So these are some of the big grants that we get so that we can offer our programming free to entrepreneurs. And but these events, they need sponsors, and Rockland Trust Charitable Foundation has stepped up and they are underwriting this event, and you'll see us give away some cash tonight, and that's coming through from Rockland Trust. So I do want to pass it over to Adrian to talk to us a little bit. Or he said 45 seconds. We'll see, Adrian.
Oh, fair. There we go. Now I know how to unmute. Let me try to.
Oh, we hear you.
Where's my little notes? Well, I'll freestyle. Here we go. So thank you, Kristen, for this amazing opportunity to support such a great program like E for All in Cape Cod. On behalf of Rockland Trust, congratulations for taking the leap of faith, pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into this pitch contest and future business that's going to happen. I know it. Rockland is dedicated to the local community and working with business owners like you each and every day. Should you have any financing questions or just need a sounding board, please do not hesitate in reaching out to your local Rockland Trust here in the Cape and Islands. Again, congrats on getting this far, and thank you, Kristen and Amanda, for your dedication and passion to businesses here on Cape Cod.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adrian. So Amanda, I'll kick it over to you.
Yeah, so let's talk about the rules of the game. So each of our contestants has 2.5 minutes to pitch their idea, and they are trying to cover 5 specific criteria. They've been told in advance what that is. I'm going to be keeping time. They'll hear the gentle, melodious sound of my voice telling them when they have 60 seconds left. At the end of that, at the end of their time, we will unmute and clap for them. They'll then have 60 seconds where the judges panel will be able to ask them a follow-up question or 2. After the Q&A with the judges, we'll have some commercial breaks. That gives them, the judges, a little time to start to enter some of their notes into the system, to make some, jot down some of their initial thoughts. And then at the end of the night, we are going to award some cash. So there are 4 cash prizes. 3 of those are awarded by the judges. We have a first, second, and third. And then we also have a fan favorite. So by virtue of the polls option in Zoom, we're going to ask you to vote for your favorite, and you will help us award some of the money as well. So that's the rules of the game. Are you guys ready to hear some pitches?
Amanda,
Yes.
what mood are you in tonight? Are you going to be harsh on the timing? Or are you going to let people go longer? How's this going to work? You going to cut people off?
Yeah, no, I am the enforcer. I am the enforcer.
Okay.
So at the end of the 2.5 minutes, you'll hear some very enthusiastic woohooing from me, which will make noise over everybody else. The fan favorite that you guys will be able to help us award is $500. So it can be a nice little chunk for somebody. It's usually enough to get them going on at least one piece of their idea. So I'm excited to see how you guys respond to what everybody's working on. Our judges tonight, we have 5 judges. The first is James Andriotti, which hopefully I got your last name pronunciation somewhat correct. James is the branch manager for Rockland Trust in North Falmouth. He has a keen eye for helping businesses and thinking outside of the box to provide businesses with lending opportunities. He serves on the Sandwich Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and has served as chair for Sandwich Fest, the best sandwich in Sandwich, which is absolutely worth going to if you haven't done it yet. James is a member of a local business networking, BNI Team Advantage, and now serves on the group's leadership board. He resides in Sandwich with his beautiful wife, Micah, their son, Jackson, and their Australian cattle dog, Groot. I am Groot. Kristen, help us welcome James tonight as a judge. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Jan. Next up, we have Sara Mason. She's an alumna of E4All South Coast, mom of 2, and a fitness enthusiast. Growing Cape Cod Nail Company from the ground up has given her a taste of all areas of business, from social media and marketing to structure and organization and time management. She's creative at heart, loves to problem solve, and is extremely resourceful. Helping others to meet their goals has always been one of her favorite things and gives her the motivation to work towards her goals. Sara loves seeing entrepreneurs break the mold and pursue their dreams to better the community and their own futures. So Sara's on the board of CCYP. She's alumni of E4All South Coast and a mentor for E4All Cape Cod. So she's checking all the boxes. Thanks so much, Sara, for being here tonight.
And I'm not saying anything, but I am wearing some Cape Cod Nail Co. pink on my toes right now. I won't subject any of you to actually having to see that, but I am. We also have Adrian Ron tonight as a judge. He is the lending center manager for Rockland Trust's Falmouth and Martha's Vineyards commercial lending offices. With 10 plus years of commercial banking experience and 250 million in loans to various businesses in New England, Adrian focuses on the consultative approach to the entire banking relationship. His business clients come from all industries, including wholesalers, manufacturers, technology, medical, franchise, and commercial real estate. On the weekends, you'll find him with his wife and 2 young children on the water, in their garden, or relaxing by the fire pit. Welcome, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian.
Thanks.
Golf clap.
Next up is Kevin Skrikus. He's a certified public accountant with DePaula Began Associates PC in Hyannis, Mass. DePaula Begg and Associates is a full-service accounting firm specializing in tax preparation, consulting, and accounting. Kevin works with small businesses, individuals, and nonprofits on all of their accounting needs, along with consulting and strategic planning. Kevin currently serves on the board of directors and is treasurer for the Cape Cod Young Professionals and the Estate Planning Council of Cape Cod. Kevin resides in Sandwich along with his wife and son. Help me welcome Kevin. Thanks, Kevin.
Welcome, Kevin. Tonight, we also have Angelique Villamari. She is currently Vice President, Assistant Chief of Staff at Cape Cod 5. She joined the bank in 2011 as a senior paralegal and has served in her current role since 2019, managing the daily operations of the executive office, including providing support to the chair and CEO and general counsel on all corporate governance matters related to the bank and its board of directors. In 2018, she joined the CCYP board of directors after having served on the CCYP Community Connect Committee and volunteering at the CCYP Back to Business Bash. In addition to serving as a board vice president, she serves as committee chair of the CCYP Governance Committee. Welcome, Angelique. And that is our entire panel of judges. That's the whole crew. So I fully expect that you guys will know when to unmute and cheer. But if for some reason you feel like you need a cue, I will happily have this cue in here. When you see this, don't feel like you have to wait for this, but when you see this, go ahead, unmute when you see this slide, make some noise for the entrepreneur. So let's practice. It's time to hear some pitches. I would like it very much if your neighbors the next street over wonder what's happening at your house. Go ahead, unmute, make some noise for these folks. Hey. The energy's already there. I love it. So we are going to kick it right off with our first pitch from Clint Kershaw. Clint, tell us about Outer Cape Community Bakery School. You have 2.5 minutes.
How did I get first? Thank you, everyone. I've identified 2 problems that I hope to help in their resolution. And the first one is a lack of full-time jobs on the Outer Cape. And then the second one is tied to that by there's a lack of training for people to obtain full-time jobs, jobs on the Cape that would pay them enough to live here. We're talking about a living wage, which on the Outer Cape is a little higher than other places. I live in Truro. And in Truro, there's a property that was a bakery about 20 years ago. It's been a restaurant for a short time, and the daughter of the original owner of the building still owns it. It's a perfect building for a bakery, school, and cafe. I propose to develop a not-for-profit educational organization, and I see a sweets bakery, a bread bakery, and a cafe for breakfast and lunch, diner-type food, simple and good. Students would learn how to bake and also how to run a business cafe restaurant, baking lessons and classes in HR, taxes, how to read income statements and balance sheets, cash flow management, all of it. Bakery would provide 10 full-time jobs and schooling for 15 to 20 people at a time. I've contacted the owner of the building because this is really key because, a place, real estate is really difficult out here, finding square footage. So I've contacted the owner of the building who lives in Canada and asked her to give us the building rent-free at first, and then if all goes well, to donate the building to the school. The school would be named after her father. She didn't say no, which I think is a really good sign. So retail wholesale customer, we'd market to the local population to eat here. We would do wholesale sales of bread and sweets to local restaurants. Students would come from everywhere. We would also probably join with local community college, CIA, and get internships. I would use the money to create proposals for grant applications. I can do the work, I can do the nitty-gritty, but someone would need to make it pretty. And I also may engage a grant person to help me guide me through the process. If we secure the building, there's a lot of town funding that's available for grants on an annual basis. We would charge
Great job.
tuition.
Thank you. Woo!
It's all on you. Thank you.
Great job. Very nice. Clint, we'll give the judges 60 seconds to ask you questions.
So judges, if you have a question, if you'll shoot me a question mark in the chat. And as I get those question marks, I'll pass it over to you and we'll get those questions over about the Outer Cape Community Bakery. Any questions from the judges panel?
Clint, that's a good sign. You covered all the points.
I only got through 70% of what I wrote down. So thank you, everyone.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's give him another round of applause.
Great job.
All right, so up next is Help Children Heal by Linda Cronin and Kristen Eriksen. So I'm going to stop this share here so that folks can see you.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Linda Cronin, and I am here with Kristen Eriksen, and we are with the nonprofit Help Children Heal Foundation. We each have 2 adopted children with serious and mental health issues, and that is how we met.
Our mission is to raise money to help get foster and adopted children into appropriate attachment and trauma-based therapies and programs that they need to heal and thrive.
Developmental trauma happens when very young children, even newborns, are subjected to repeated instances of abuse and abandonment and neglect or drug and alcohol use during pregnancy. It affects their developing brain, causing gaps at a very crucial time. If these kids do not get the attachment or trauma-based therapies that they need, that they can end up with serious addictions, in trouble with the law, victims of sex trafficking, teen pregnancies, homeless, etc. Many have lifelong struggles with mental health disorders.
Around 135,000 children are adopted every year in the United States. 437,000 children are in foster care on any given day. 70 to 80% of children in foster care were exposed to alcohol prenatally. 70% of the prison population has been in foster care at some time in their lives. Fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is 2.5 times as prevalent as autism. And these are staggering statistics that we want to have education and advocacy to help change and support.
Seconds.
There are attachment and trauma-based therapies that can help, but at this time, the majority are too expensive. Insurance won't cover them. It is a brain injury, so it's no different from any other physical ailment. We need to fundamentally change the stigma of mental health.
Some of our funding sources are Amazon Smile, raffles, grants, and subscriptions, and sponsorships through advocacy and networking, paid parent support groups, and we're trying to develop an interactive therapy toy and books that part of the proceeds will go right back into the foundation.
If we win the money, we'll be able to hire someone to monitor our Google Ad grants, which gives us $10,000 a month in advertising. We'll be able to get the software we need for managing donors, and some of it will even go into our scholarship fund.
We feel compelled to share our experiences and to help others on the difficult journey that we've already been going through. We believe that this will be able to share valuable information and provide funding to families, as well as to increase awareness of this very prevalent issue in our society.
Thank you.
Good job. Congratulations.
Excellent. So now we have 60 seconds for the judges to ask questions. So if judges have any questions, if you will shoot me a question mark in the chat, and I will call on you as I get those. Angelique.
Thank you. Just a quick question. I didn't catch the location in terms of where you guys are located for this MPO?
So I'm on Cape Cod. It's going to be based throughout Massachusetts. We're going to, start here, branch out. So.
Thank you.
About 30 more seconds. Do we have another question?
I think Kevin has a question.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm new to Zoom. No, I'm just kidding. On the prize money, you mentioned that you were going to use it to hire someone to monitor the Google ads. Is that the sole use of the money?
Oh, no, of course not. Yeah, so I said we need some software to manage our donors and our mailings. And also some of it will go into our scholarship fund.
So that does conclude our time. Let's give them another round of applause.
Great job, guys.
So at this time, let's hand it over to one of our strategic partners. Will, over to you forever.
Hey, thanks, Kristen. Is this thing on? Okay. I've always wanted to be a strategic partner, and now I am. And this is cool. So my name is Will Rubenstein, and I am the community director at E4Ever, which sounds a lot like E4All. And if you're thinking, well, they sound a lot alike, then you're thinking correctly, because they do, and we are. Specifically, what we do is we run a peer-to-peer model, which means that once a month for 2 hours, 8 to 10 business owners on Cape Cod meet together and solve problems in real time. It's an opportunity to fly up to 10,000 feet to work on your business, not in it. The other big thing that we do, which is really helpful, and by the way, we are open to non-E4All graduates as well. The other important thing that we do is that we offer a professionally trained facilitator to help manage the conversation, as well as deliver some accountability, which our members say is really crucial for them as they continue on their entrepreneurial journey. So we are meeting on Zoom, and we are in the process of figuring out how to do some social and other educational pieces about every other month and perhaps quarterly. And there are 3 groups that are up and running right now on the Cape with only a few spaces left. And with permission, Kristen, would you mind changing the slide? Thanks. So you're probably thinking, wow, this sounds really cool. I must know more about this. Please, Will, tell me all the things. Well, very simply, we are doing a very cool on Zoom taste of E4Ever with a very catchy title called Caffeinate Your Company. And it's 30 minutes to basically get a feel for what we do. One of our facilitators will run an exercise that we do in our groups, and that'll give you a sense of what it could be like, and then we can have some further conversations after that. If you're interested in signing up and joining us on Zoom on the 9th at 8:30 in the morning, all you have to do is put your email address in this here chat, and I will literally sign you up. You'll get an email, you put it on your calendar, you'll show up, you'll learn more about us. If that is not your jam, then you can see on the screen is my phone number and my email address, which I will also put into the chat in a moment. So I want to thank our friends at E4All for being amazing partners to us and for allowing us a few seconds to talk about what we do. 2 hours a month to work on your business, but not in it. Thank you.
Thanks, Will. So next up, Food Tours New Bedford. I'm going to stop sharing so that folks can see you as you pitch.
So we love food and we love to travel. And our favorite way to start a vacation is to take a food tour. It helps us get a sense of the area. We fill our bellies with delicious food, and it gives us a sense of what and where to eat during our stay. And when we moved to the greater New Bedford area 2 years ago, Pam was very excited as a native of the area to introduce me to some of the cuisine and the culture of the area. The only problem? New Bedford does not have a food tour.
The solution? New Bedford food tours. And if you can go to the next slide. So our walking tour of downtown New Bedford will be 2 to 3 hours long and include stops at 5 to 7 local eateries, which highlight foods unique to our region, such as stuffed quahogs and linguiça cheese rolls. Guests will receive a snack-sized portion at each stop, effectively adding up to a meal's worth of food. The tour will highlight how the foods relate to New Bedford's rich history, from the whaling era to modern day. Some may question why restaurants would want to be part of such a tour. The tour runs at off-peak hours, bringing in business during an otherwise slow time, and encourages participants to make a return visit. And food tourism is a growing industry. According to Allied Market Research, it's expected to grow by 17% by the year 2027. Our target market is anyone who loves food or a foodie. We imagine our tour will appeal to several different types of customers, including locals with out-of-town guests who want to show off our regional fare, a group like a bridal shower or a work outing looking for an afternoon activity, or someone new to town looking to get a grounding in the local food scene, including tourists.
So tours will be pre-booked through an online platform. We will have a minimum number of participants to run a tour. The price will be about $50 to $70 a person, which is comparable to similar tours in the region. Our goal is to keep our food costs to less than 50% of the cost of the tour. And in terms of expenses, our fixed expenses, we expect to have software and insurance, which should be less than $100 a month. And then some variable costs like ad placement and promotional materials. And Pam has experience in marketing, so we will not have to hire a marketer, marketing being one of the big expenses. And so if we're awarded the prize money, we plan to use the money for startup expenses, including website hosting, graphic design, logo, brochure, and website, and then doing some limited printing of our marketing materials as well.
So we want people to come eat their way through New Bedford.
Congratulations. Great job, ladies.
Yep. Nice. So at this time, if the judges have any questions, if you'll shoot over a question mark and we'll call on you as we get those in order. Sara.
Hi, ladies. I apologize if I missed this. Is this a walking tour, or do you have a van that you're driving people around in?
This would be a walking tour of the downtown area, so it's all within a confined geographic area.
Thank you.
Any other judges' questions? Adrian.
How are we doing? You probably already went over this and I missed it, but have you talked to a couple of the restaurants in that footprint to kind of gauge their interest and excitement for it?
So this is a pretty brand new idea. So we've started talking to restaurant owners that we know or that we have connections with. We haven't checked in specifically with people that operate down in downtown New Bedford, but we've been getting a feel from the restaurateurs in the area.
Got it.
Awesome. So let's give it up for Food Tours New Bedford. Nice job.
Great job.
All right. So next up, let's hear from Kristen over at CCYP.
Sure. So my name is Kristen Clothier, and I'm the new CEO of CCYP. We are so grateful to E4All for inviting us to partner on this evening's pitch contest. So thank you so much for that. Partnerships are so important here on the Cape and in our region, and I'm excited to have these opportunities. So CCYP, for those who aren't as familiar with the organization, promotes Cape Cod as a vibrant place for young people to live and work year-round. We advocate for policies and resources that positively impact young Cape Codders' quality of life. We provide opportunities for mentoring, coaching, professional development, leadership skill building, and lots of networking with those throughout the region. And we host events, community across the Cape, and operate high quality mission driven programs. So that's our big picture mission. And later on in this program, I get to speak to you again during the next break, and I'll share with you some of our current events, programs, and initiatives, including finally upcoming in-person events that we'll be holding beginning on July 15th. But at this point in the program, I just want to thank you all for participating, both as those pitching your ideas, those judging, and those watching and helping to vote for that fan favorite. It's wonderful to be here and to hear your inspiring ideas for building new creative businesses and nonprofits on the Cape and for expanding those in existence to new levels. So thank you so much for partnering with us.
Excellent. Thank you, Kristen. So next up is Build a Kink by Eric Bomyea. Eric, come on down.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric. Next slide, please. All right, today I want to talk to you about experiences. The experiences we crave as customers has evolved dramatically over the past 10 years, and research is showing that 86% of us are willing to pay more for an experience, upwards to 18% premium for a great one. This is especially important as the world comes out of isolation and we're seeking connection again. As we do, brand loyalties are also tested, with 67% of customers saying that they would leave or try another brand for a more personalized experience, which means customized to their needs and desires. So what does personalized experience look like? Well, take a look at that big stat in the corner. A local experience-based company saw 36,000% growth in revenue from 2012 to 2016, offering experiential service. That company was Paint Night, a paint and sip party founded in Somerville, Massachusetts. Paint Night capitalized on the fact that customers want experiences that engage them and allow them to express themselves. And that's the type of idea I'm looking to bring to market. Like how Paint Night made painting accessible and fun, I want to do the same with leatherworking. Next slide, please. Introducing Build a Kink, an experience-based company that hosts parties to teach people the ropes of building their own harnesses and other fun kink accessories. Over the years, kinkwear has become more and more mainstream, being embraced by individuals, couples, and even being featured in red carpet runways. The audience is there and growing. Now let's talk about ROI. With a $1,000 investment, I will be able to purchase the tools, hardware, and materials necessary to host 2 5-person parties here in Provincetown. With admission set at $250 a ticket, I will see profit after the first party. To expand revenue streams and open up to other demographics, you'll notice that the hardware and materials are similar to that of dog collars and leashes. I will also offer parties for dog parents to craft custom accessories for their dogs, and maybe they'll leave with something matching for themselves too. The bulk of the investment comes from the tools needed to make production easy and accessible. I will host the parties, teach people how to measure, cut, and assemble the harnesses, which the material is less than $2 a foot, with an average harness coming in at less than 5 feet of material, depending on the style. The best part about the experience is the customization. While most harnesses are only available in single colors, guests will have the option to choose from a variety of colors, like you'll see the one that I built for my friend on the left. Build a Kink is custom, fun, and offers the kind of experiences that customers are craving. Please vote for me, and I promise it'll be a good time.
So let's give it up for Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Woo! All right, so at this time.
Great job. And now I will put 60 seconds on the clock for the judges.
Adrian.
Eric, how you doing? Sorry, I could have missed it. The prize money, what's it going to be used for again?
So the prize money will be used to purchase the tools and the hardware necessary to assemble these. So the tools that are needed to assemble these in a quick and efficient manner that is perfectly built for a party like this costs around $800. So that's the bulk of the investment right there. Everything else, the materials and the actual hardware themselves, the rivets, the buckles, that's all very affordable. The bulk of the investment will go towards the actual tools to produce them in a way that is conducive to this accessible and safe environment.
Got it. And then what's, for someone to participate in this, what would be an average? I don't know how much it cost it for a paint night, but the leather working.
So the average cost of a harness today is around $200. So with a 18+% premium, I believe that I can get away with charging $250. I have market research to validate that, that people are very willing to pay for a custom made harness that they can do for themselves.
So that's the time. Let's give it up for Eric. Thanks, Eric.
Great job, Eric.
Do we still have to go, or do we just give Eric all the prize money and go party with him?
No, there's no backing out now. It's too late.
You got to play all 4 quarters.
All right, right, so I'll pass it back over to Kristen. Tell us more about CCYP.
Sure. So on this slide, I put a lot, and the reason I did that is to say that CCYP has a lot going on, and we would be so excited to have all of those who are participating this evening who aren't already a part of the organization to join us. We work to connect, engage, and advance the Cape's young working professionals, and the word young is very broadly construed. Young at heart, everyone on the Cape who cares about the future of the Cape is part of CCYP. So we work to connect, engage, and advance all people working here on the Cape. And really, those are our future leaders. So to provide support in leadership skill building to advance everyone to the next level, to make an impact positively here on the Cape. So a few things on the slide that I'll just use my 60 seconds to tell you about, and then I hope you'll follow up by going to our website or signing up for our e-blast, or following us on Instagram or Facebook. So we offer all these Connect events. We have Coffee Connects, Lunch Connects, Business After Hours Connects, all across the Cape. Usually for the past year and a half, we've had to be virtual. And so now starting July 15th, it's our first big kickoff in-person event of the season. It's going to be at Heritage Museums and Gardens. The invitation will be going out within the next 24 hours. So it'll be on the evening of July 15th. And I hope all of you will be there so that I can meet you all in person. In this new CEO role, I've been virtual this whole time, so I can't wait to have 3D people all in one place. So please come. We also, other things that are resources to you, we have an online job board where if you're a member, you can post an unlimited number of jobs. If you're looking for a job or a way to advance, go to our website. There are amazing positions posted year-round, seasonal. Each year in the fall, we offer a Back to Business Bash. Last year, we had to cancel it. This year, what we're doing is we're having a Cape-wide Back to Business Bash. Save the date for September 23rd. It's going to be at 8 breweries and wineries spread across the Cape. So usually it's a 1,000-person bash in one place, and we will get back to that next year, hopefully. But this year, we're gonna have 1,000 people spread across the Cape, all at the same time, all across the Cape. So I hope you'll come to one of the bashes, part of the big bash across the Cape. We also every spring offer our Shape Your Cape Summit. I hope you'll join us for that as well. That's where we really talk about issues of direct relevance to the Cape's working professionals with panels and discussions and keynotes. Great way to get engaged. And so think about that as well. That's in April. Those are some pictures of some of those who spoke at the most recent Shape Your Cape Summit this April, which was virtual. Next year, we'll be back in person. In the center there is a picture of some of our volunteers. We have incredible committees, a dedicated board, amazing volunteers working all the time on all kinds of initiatives. So if you want to engage at that level, you are welcome. Let me know. I can tell you about it. And the last thing I'll mention is our professional advancement piece. So we're right now building out some mentoring, professional advancement, and leadership skill building programming. And we have a survey out right now. We're capturing everyone's input. We'll be partnering with organizations like the one we're partnering with this evening and many others across the Cape to offer some really exciting new programs to really take that advanced part of our mission to the next level and really help people become the future leaders of this region. So anyways, that's the short 60-second, hopefully, or maybe 90-second version of CCYP. Reach out, sign up for our e-newsletter, stay connected, and I look forward to meeting you soon, hopefully.
Excellent. Thank you, Kristen. And so up next, Amanda, the Please Have a Seat initiative.
That's me. My name is Amanda Bebrin, and my nonprofit program idea is called the Please Have a Seat Initiative, or Phase 1 for short. And its goal is to provide resources and support to empower working age Cape Codders to seek appointment and election to local boards and committees, which is a mouthful for saying putting butts in seats in town government. For context, I'm a Brewster Planning Board appointee turned elected official. So I've spent the last year engaging with town officials and residents alike on this topic and learning firsthand how it all works. So what's the problem? Cape towns are run mostly by boards and committees, and we need more working age people to serve on them. The bulk of these seats are appointed, not elected. So for people looking to get involved, appointment is a low cost and quick investment of effort. But for example, out of about 50 total boards, Brewster alone currently has 16 committees with 28 vacancies. And that's just one town out of 15. Barnstable County has the oldest population in the state, so retirees fill a lot of these seats. Why don't more working people get involved? In my conversations over the last year, the practical barriers boil down to 1, a lack of understanding of how to participate and what will be required of them. 2, lack of access to information about number 1. And number 3, feeling unqualified or unwelcome to serve. My solution is phase 1. First, a website geared towards working age Cape Codders to provide resources like a glossary of terms in plain English, short video interviews with sitting board members, and best practices for a strong application. And secondly, support and mentorship in the form of in-person Zoom meetings. We know that Cape Cod is a hard place for working people. Rental housing is scarce, our economy is very seasonal, and it is easier for retirees who have the time for town stuff. It all adds up to them feeling excluded or unwanted, so I want to provide them information they can access on their own time, do research as needed without judgment, and then have the option of support from the program and a cohort of applicants. To keep costs low, I'd house this program at an existing nonprofit with a mission that aligns, build onto their existing website, and longer term in-person meetings would be the largest expense. We could use public town facilities, which are generally free for the public to use. If you choose to fund me, I'd use the money to build out the website and create the content for the program. I'd hire a graphic designer to help with web and printed materials, both for the program and for marketing to a network of nonprofit organizations and through social media. There's absolutely a need for this now. So whatever amount of money I'm awarded, and hopefully I am, I'll make sure it goes as far as I can so I can start implementing this idea and helping people as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Great job, Amanda.
Awesome.
Woo!
Questions?
Looks like we've got a question from Kevin.
Hi, Amanda. 2 quick questions. One would be, did you, and I don't need the specifics on this, but have you identified that nonprofit you would partner with to host that, to host this idea?
I actually have 3 in mind, and I'm meeting with my top pick next week. I was sort of hoping to have a little bit of cash in hand to make that sell a little bit easier.
And then the second question I had is, I didn't catch it. Is this a free service that you're providing?
As much as I can, I would like to avoid asking people to pay for it. I feel like cost is definitely a barrier to people getting involved.
Thank you.
All right, so that is our 1 minute. Let's give it up for Amanda.
All right, so let me tell you about the Business Accelerator. So this is the meat and potatoes of what Entrepreneurship for All does. If you are idea stage, right? You have an idea, you want to reality test it, see if you can actually make this thing work. You're welcome. Are you somebody who's launched a business maybe in the last year or so and started to figure out, ooh, maybe I need to revisit some of those fundamentals? Then this is also for you. I've even worked with folks who have been in business for 10, 15, 20 years who, you know, have looked at the environment around us and said, oh my goodness, I need to make some major changes to my business. I need to pivot in some brand new ways. And they've joined the E4All Accelerator. So whether you're new, you know, idea stage or established, the E4All Accelerator program is for you. Plus, on top of that, drum roll, please, as we advance to the next slide. Drum roll, we're doing it. Okay, it's free, right? So we are a nonprofit. We are funded by grants, by private donations, and we do that so that cost is not a barrier to entry. This Business Accelerator, I sometimes refer to it as a Business 101 boot camp. Folks will learn everything from how do you identify who your ideal customer is and find out if they're actually willing to pay money for your product or service, to how do you project what your cash will look like in 18 months, and then how do you get out there and sell it. The applications are online and they're currently open. We're accepting applications up until August 12th. You can visit tinyurl.com/EFA Fall 2021. You'll see a list of all of the key dates where you can learn more. The link to the application is there. The majority of the classes will be online in a virtual environment, so people will be able to do it from the comfort of their own home, with a few exceptions for some things that are going to be important to do in person and have that in-person interaction. So I'm hoping that if there's anybody out there who either thinks this is a good idea, or maybe you have a friend or family member who's been rolling that idea around for a couple of years and you have full faith and confidence in them and you want to see them get it started, send them my way. The application, as I said, is online, but if you have any questions, it's not designed to be a black box, right? This is a friendly audience and you can ask any questions. So don't let not knowing the answer to an application question stop you. Reach out to me. I'm amanda@eforall.org. I'm happy to meet with anybody one-on-one, to talk through the application process, to talk through the selection process, to help people understand what context people we're looking for in the applications. I'm readily available. So hopefully there will be a few of our contestants tonight who will jump into the fray here. But if not, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, send them my way. And with that, I'm going to ask Aubrey of the Dweeb movement, if Aubrey is here. I don't know if I have Aubrey up and running. We might have to come back to Aubrey, Kristen.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, Julie, thank you for dropping that. Thank you for dropping the link in the chat. It's, there is some advantages to having our marketing director in the call. Thank you. Fabulous. So let us now ask Jason from Connect Locally. The floor is yours.
Can you all see me and hear me? I'm testing. Can you all hear me or see me?
Yep, you're good, Jason.
Yes.
We can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, perfect. And if you can move it to the next slide, please. Perfect. For city relocators, finding accurate and relevant city information sucks. Just imagine, you decide to move for a better opportunity or for a change in lifestyle. Your search begins by browsing multiple websites, from looking up real estate information, city stats, and watching YouTube videos, to visiting online forums, talking to people inside and outside your network, and even taking a visit to your potentially new area. What often starts as an exciting endeavor can quickly turn into a time-consuming and frustrating process due to the overwhelming amount of channels that one has to sort through just to obtain relevant information. And this is not a problem that is just affecting a few. In 2020 alone, around 30 million people in the United States relocated. Yet relocators are still using these same methods when it comes to researching their new city. Hello everyone, my name is Jason Stewart, and I'm the founder of Connect Locally. And we aim to improve the city researching process for relocators. Connect Locally is an online marketplace that connects people relocating to a new city with residents of their new city through Q&A chat sessions. Next slide, please. So how does our service work? First, relocators search our list of unique and knowledgeable residents and choose the right person based on the insights they need. Second, they submit a chat session request, which includes the submission of up to 4 questions. This is to qualify the resident and determine what questions they are able to answer and the ones they are not able to answer. Third, relocators receive an acceptance or denial response from the resident and confirm acceptance by paying for their chat session. Last,
60 seconds.
Relocators enter a chat session with a resident and receive answers for up to 4 questions. Our first target market are families between the ages of 24 to 34 who are relocating to a new city for the first time and are seeking housing-related opportunities. They are often overwhelmed with current life transitions and family obligations, know how stressful relocating can be, and want an easier experience when looking for city information. As far as go-to-market strategy, we plan on initially focusing on the market of Boston, Mass, and we'll reach out.
Bye.
Oh, I thought that was it. Oh. Users organized through the use of online forums like Reddit and city data forums, as well as online groups like Facebook and Meetup. We plan on making money by charging a fee to both relocators and residents. First to relocators when they pay us to connect with a resident through our service, and then to residents after they earn money answering questions from relocators. I'm asking for the $1,000 from this pitch competition to expedite the development of the MVP. Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, so at this time, if judges have questions, shoot me a question mark in the chat and we'll pass it over to you. Kevin.
Thanks for that, Jason. Any idea how you would vet the people that are going to chat with these people for a service, and how would you attract those people to provide their experiences and knowledge?
Yeah, certainly. As far as vetting the residents, they would have to submit some form or proof of them living in that city, whether it be through an ID or some type of like verification of like residence. And as far as attracting them, there is alongside the incentive, meaning like they do receive a payment, right, for answering these questions from the residents. They as well get to share their own unique knowledge. So it's more of like a form of empowerment for them as well. Say, hey, like as a regular resident, if you have some unique information you want to share, here's a brand new platform that allows you to share that information while earning money and helping your neighbors or potentially new neighbors.
Excellent. So that's the minute. Let's give it up for Jason.
Woo! Great job.
So as the judges work on their scoring, we just want to talk to you about becoming an E4All mentor. So one of the great things about being accepted into the E4All Accelerator program is that each of the entrepreneurs that get accepted into this free program get paired with a team of 3 local leaders to help them move their business forward. And so you see in these photos some of those teams. So it's a really wonderful kind of volunteer opportunity for folks who want to give back. And they tend to, people always ask me, well, like, who are the mentors and can I be one of them? And so generally they come from 3 buckets. One is someone with technical expertise. So, you know, someone who might be a CPA or someone who might have a marketing firm or someone with, you know, a really distinct skill that they could bring to the team. That's one bucket. Another bucket is someone who has started a business, who's kind of had done the grind and they just want to share their experience. And then the third common bucket is someone who is just knows everybody in town. And, you know, if their entrepreneur needs a bus, they can unlock the door, they can get that bus. So those kind of are generally the 3 types of mentors that we see come through the program. But the feedback is that folks really, really love it because it's a chance to get really deeply into building out this business and really investing in an entrepreneur and helping this business come to fruition. So we are currently recruiting mentors right now. So if you think that you might be a good fit, we'd love to hear from you. You can learn more at eforall.org. And Amanda, let me kick this over to you, this other volunteer opportunities.
Yeah, so, you know, for the folks who want to be part of the process, but maybe don't have the same time commitment, there's tons of things. You know, Kristen and I are a 2-woman team, but we're really community, right? We can't do this without the folks who are invested in what's going on in Cape Cod. So we have some folks who may help us interview some of our applicants and help us decide on who are some people who might be a good fit for the program and who the program might be really helpful for. Also, another one is content specialists, right? If you're somebody who has a good grasp of business lending, for instance, you might come in and talk on one of our panels. I know I pulled Adrian in to do this for our last, he was part of the panel talking about, you know, what do they need to know for lending? So, you know, if you have some skill set and some knowledge that you want to share, that's awesome. Sometimes we do one-off office hours, right? So our program's pretty intense. They get the entrepreneurs get the tools and resources to start asking some of the right questions, but sometimes the next step for them is to find the right person to ask those questions of, right? So if you have 90 minutes, maybe you can sit down with them when they're ready to delve deep into how do I understand how to optimize my search engine optimization for my website, or how do I design a really fantastic logo? Sometimes we'll do little workshops, and then I am so excited for this next one. We're having in-person events again. And that means having some volunteers to help us, manage the crowds, be part of the process. And so, we do all kinds of different events. We have an alumni committee that does alumni-based events. We do these kinds of things. Our next pitch contest in the fall is going to be in person, which means, I'm gonna actually have to. I can't wear the sweatpants anymore. I'm gonna have to wear the full outfit. But we're looking forward to the return to normalcy. So plenty of opportunities for people who want to get involved and maybe dip your toe in the water and see what we're all about, and start to be part of helping folks as they're trying to make a living here on Cape Cod. So with that, maybe we can take a quick 5-minute comfort break. I have 6:28 now, so if we can come back at 6:33. We'll just pause for a moment, let everybody use the facilities, and we'll come back in and do our next continue on. All right. So 6:33. I will see you all at 6:33.
Next, you have their statement.
Awesome. All right.
can't
So
see
we're
me.
at
I hope I
6. You look great. So we're at 6:33. So we're gonna get rolling again. We're gonna get started again, and keep things moving along as we go. So let's see. Chris, did you come back from break?
I'm here.
Awesome. You're up next.
All right. When does I've got a stopwatch here. Should I fire it up?
Yeah, I'll start when you stop. When you start talking, I'll start my timer.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Fagella, and I am the founder of Techno Mimosa. So we'll get right into it. We've all been there. You're out on a Saturday night with friends, eating, drinking, laughing, having a good time, and you collectively make plans to continue the festivities the following day. But those plans never come to fruition. Johnny sleeps too late. Lisa wants to go to yoga. Sara wants to go on a bike ride. And by the time you muster and sort out a quorum, the brunch spots are already at capacity, or worse, they're done for the day. Well, not any longer. Introducing Techno Mimosa. Techno Mimosa is a silent dance party combined with a nature hike, combined with a boozy brunch. Modeled after the legacy of the Hash House Harriers, for those who don't know, they are a self-described drinking group with a running problem. Techno Mimosa is the next step in the evolution of what I am calling converged recreation. There are two aspects to Techno Mimosa, the .org and the .com. The first is the creation of a new activity. I'm going to use the example of Jake Burton Carpenter when he was founding Burton Snowboards. Everyone thought he was crazy. It was stupid. What are you doing out there? Basically, the .org, I'm creating a new activity, creating a community surrounding it. Hopefully it takes off in the, the world and becomes a global phenomenon. The second aspect is the .com side. Now, this is the development of a lifestyle brand that targets the global EDM, electronic dance music market, which is estimated to be worth $7.1 billion globally annually. So
45 seconds.
We've got the URLs for the website done. We've got the social media and email accounts done. We have initial website done. We need the prize money to do professional web development and hosting. This whole project is heavily focused on building a brand. So the brand and the logo development are very important. And then, did you already give me my 60-second warning?
I did. You still have 20 seconds.
Okay. So long story short, we're going to have a soft launch, make a promo video, put the merch out there, do a global launch with some global partners, both domestic and international. And then finally, we're going to buy a private island in the Bahamas to host the Techno Mimosa Festival.
All right, let's give it up for Chris.
That's all I got.
Great job, Chris. Thank you.
All right, so if judges have questions, shoot over question mark and we will ask Chris. Adrian.
Chris, what's your background?
I am a Amazon cloud engineer.
All right, other questions?
Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, it helps if I unmute. I was going to say, I'm not saying anything, Kristen, but my participants are very well prepared.
It's true. Awesome. Well, that concludes the 1 minute time for questions. So let's give it up for Chris.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what is fun about this is sometimes folks in the audience start seeing other people actually putting their ideas out there, and it can be inspiring. So I always ask this question: is there anybody who has an idea that's been rolling around in their head that wants to be a wild card? Do you want to throw your idea out into the world? And we'll give you 2.5 minutes, and you can tell us a little bit about your idea and we'll put you in the running. Is there anybody who's bold enough to do it? Usually what happens is somebody's being peer pressured and their person next to them is giving the elbow, like, you go talk. Anybody? I'm going to give it like a countdown of 5 to see if anybody is brave enough.
We should cut to a clip of Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
All right, Kristen, that's what I got for you.
All right, excellent. Thanks, Amanda. And I also just I wrote down 7 folks that have pitched, and I know that I thought we had 8, and I just don't know. I just want to make sure I'm not missing somebody. Is there somebody out there that is just waiting to pitch? They're not the wild card, but they're just waiting to pitch. I just want to make sure I give folks that chance.
Yeah, I think we had one. I think we had one drop off.
Okay. All right. So at this time, Amanda, I guess Amanda got to start tap dancing. I'm going to try to get the judges over to the judges deliberation room, and then we'll.
That's all right. I got activities, people.
Excellent.
So tell them to shoo. We got stuff to do over here.
Nice.
All right. I'm waiting for my judges.
We're moving over. All right, judges, you should have gotten a prompt. So it looks like James is over there. There we go.
Oh, all right. I see him disappearing. That's a good sign. All right. Awesome. So guys, while they're in there. Oh, wait, nope, Sarah's still here. All right. So one thing I want to do, it's fun when you're in the audience to be able to watch this, but it's hard in a virtual environment because we don't get the opportunity to talk to people afterwards like you would in the real world, right? So I've created something called a Padlet. I just dropped the link in the chat. And what I would like you in the audience to do is go into the Padlet. You'll see there's like a Post-it note for each of the people who pitched tonight, right? And you can give it, if you love the idea, give it a thumbs up. You can go in and you can comment on it. If you have ideas for folks that they might want to connect with or groups that they might want to connect with, or if you want to learn more about it and you want them to get in contact with you, click into this Padlet, go in and leave some feedback for the people who pitched tonight. At the very least, give them a thumbs up because it is scary as hell to go out there and put your ideas into the world. And have to do it publicly and have to do it while people are judging you on criteria. So let's just take a couple of minutes and go in and give them something that they can go back and read later and enjoy and feel some of that reassurance that we can give each other as a community, right? It's not just about the money. It's not just about the ideas. It's about Cape Cod as a community and the things that we want to see thrive in our community and the people that we want to empower in our community and the things that make us better as a community. So get in there, share with people your thoughts, your feedback, your hopes and dreams for them. If you have practical advice is always welcome. Be nice. I don't think this is a group that's generally nice, but if you need the reminder, be nice. But just go in and I see some folks have done a really good job of inviting friends and family. So go in and tell your family member.
I feel a little guilty. It seems like most of these people, we're going to basically like build a kink and then like walk out in the woods and drink mimosas and then go over to New Bedford for a food tour. While I don't see her name anymore. They're these two women trying to save children. Like, how gluttonous are we? This is crazy.
There's room for everybody, Chris. That's the beautiful thing, right? You guys have different customer segments. If you were in my class, I would say to you, you're targeting different markets. There's room for both of you in the community, right? So yeah, there's space. There's space for all of us. So I'm hitting refresh because this is like my favorite thing to go see what people are saying and talking about. I love it. Yeah, somebody's talking about celebrating human connection. That's awesome. The idea of building a bench of people who can help us as we're moving our communities forward and our towns forward. Yeah, Eric, you got a following, whether it's humans or dogs or pets. We'd love to show you food tours New Bedford. Love it. We have a South Coast. We have an E for All that's headquartered on the South Coast. So they're Fall River and New Bedford. And man, some of the stuff they tell us about what they have down there, we're so jealous. Okay. Day tripping. I actually said to some of my colleagues up there, I'm like, I'm going to come day trip and you guys are going to take me on a tour of everything, including all the entrepreneurs that are there, all of the history, the food, right? I'll get to be a tourist in somebody else's town for a change, which would be nice. So, Kristen, well, we have a couple of minutes. Can I put you on the spot? Do you mind, Kristen? Yeah. I know that's like, I just addressed like 7 people in the room, but Kristen, CCYP, what's the next event that you guys have coming up? Is it the
So the next event is the in-person event in a couple of weeks on July 15th that I mentioned. So I hope many, many of you will come, and we're going to have many more in-person events after that one. So yeah, thank you for that. You know what I would love to do, Amanda? I don't know how much time we have, but is there any chance we have time to like do like everyone gets like 10 seconds around the room so we know who's here in the audience, or are we pressed for time so that there isn't time for
we can do that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear everyone's name, what town you're from, and something special about the community you live in. And if you live here on the Cape, something you love about living here on the Cape, just really, really fast, if we have time. But I don't want to slow things down, Amanda. I just love knowing who's in the room.
Well, I'm going to put people on the spot then, because my experience has been, it's been easier if I call on people. So if you guys want to start to like unmute, and if you're feeling it, turn your camera on. But I am going to start with Steve Bedford. Who are you? What do you do?
Hi, could you hear me? Oh, yeah.
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm like a Zoom ignorant, so excuse me, I can't figure out my camera.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm an IT professional, basically, and my daughter just pitched her idea tonight, so I'm here supporting her.
Oh, good job, Dad.
Nice.
Dad. Nice.
Okay, so that's and I thought the invite before for the Cape Cod young professionals was for everybody, but I would be a Cape Cod old professional, so I don't think I would be invited.
Well, like I said, you know, the word young is meant to be everyone. It's young at heart. It's like we have mentors and mentees, and really what I believe in is passing knowledge down from generation to generation. So honestly, I would love everyone who has experience to be part of the organization, everyone who's now coming up as emerging leaders. And right now we're actually just starting programs for high schoolers and college age to bring that level of engagement of the next generations of leaders on the Cape. So everyone is welcome, and you will see if you come to one of our events, there are all ages, all fields, all experiences, and we're growing all the time. So anyways, I had to say that.
Thank you.
The definition is Cape Cod young, which is, you know, Cape Cod young is a little bit older than everybody else.
It's like 75 now.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's tag team. Erin Buckley, can you introduce yourself? We'll go back and forth, Amanda. Oop, if you can unmute. There you go.
Hi, sorry. I'm actually had to go outside of a nail salon. So I've been watching as I had to come to my appointment, but my sister just gave her presentation. I'm from Peabody, Massachusetts, but my sister was presenting on the Helping Children Heal. And it's I know it's a cause that's really dear to her heart, and I'm hoping for them to get a good start. So.
Great to have you here. Kristen Eriksen, you're unmuted right now. Do you want to go next?
Oh, well, that's my sister Erin that was just talking, and I'm the
maybe that's why you unmuted.
Foundation. No, it was a mistake.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
So hooray to both of you. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see that support with parents and siblings. It's awesome. So Chris Whittegren, you're next. You're right in the middle of my screen.
Yeah, so I'm Chris Whittegren, and I live in Dennis. I work for Cape Cod Healthcare, and I'm part of the CCYP organization. And I'm just, I'm really enjoying this. Heard a lot of really, really amazing pitches, and I think you asked for something I like about Cape Cod, and honestly, everything. I love living here. I think it's a beautiful place with great people.
Awesome, thank you. So now if we call on people who don't have their cameras on, we're gonna be really putting you on the spot. So if anyone wants to turn your camera on so we know that you're right out there and not taking a comfort break. Oh, I see our judges coming back
Amanda.
Already. Okay. We'll have to do that next time. It's so nice to see you all. Thank you so much. Wish we had more time. So, I will mute
All right. Thank you, Kristen. That was great. All right, Kristen. So we did a little bit of Padlet. We put some feedback out there for our folks who have been brave enough to do this. We did a little meet and greet. So we got to meet some of the folks who are sitting in the audience and some of the supporters and family and friends of everybody who's here. And so we are anxious to hear what the judges had to say, but we need to do a poll as well. So I don't know, what order do you want to do things in, Kristen?
All right, so essentially, if when I hit this button, if everything works well, you'll see a poll and it says which pitch was your favorite. And depending on who wins this poll, they will win an extra $500 or $500. So go ahead and start the voting and we'll give it 30 seconds. So,
and judges can demur because your votes are in on the other thing. So this is for the audience.
This is really tough if we can only pick one. I would like to tag all of them right there. So amazing group.
All right, looks like we've got two, maybe one or two more that are outstanding. All right. The poll's at 44 seconds. We're going to let it roll till 60 and then we'll end it. All right. And that's it. In polling, share results. Please Have a Seat initiative. You are our fan favorite winner. Let's give it up for Please Have a Seat initiative.
Thank you so much.
Go AP. Congratulations, Amanda. That comes with a $500 cash prize.
I will take it. Thank you.
Yay!
All right. Let's go ahead and I just want to get over to the congratulations to the winners. That's our $500. So judge's choice, third place. So James, can you unmute?
Yes.
Tell us what you think.
Yeah. So third place. We're gonna celebrate Amanda one more time. Phase one, pulling up my heartstrings. I love community involvement. I'm on the board for the sandwich, and I totally agree. There definitely needs to be some youth definitely tossed in there. So love the idea. Congratulations, you deserve it.
Woo! Awesome. Nice job. All right, judge's choice, second place. I'll hand it over to Angelique.
Thank you. And it's with great pleasure to announce that the second place winner is Build a Kink. And so we thought the pitch was great. The idea and business need was clearly laid out, especially with the customization of the hardware. And it was clearly stated you know that the segment you want to appeal to. And so we are very happy to award you $750. Thank you.
Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you.
No, thank you, good sir.
And Adrian is going to announce our first place winner.
And number one, it was tough, but Food Tours of New Bedford, get the check, the $1,000 check.
Thank you.
Great. Have fun, Joey.
Joey says thank you as well.
Congratulations, guys.
We expect a free tour. Everyone on this call tonight gets a free tour.
You got it.
You got it.
Excellent. So at this time, let's give ourselves and the participants one last round of applause. Thank you so much.
Great job, guys.
Have everyone.
To the judges, thank you to CCYP for co-hosting. Thank you so much to Rockland Trust Charitable Foundation for underwriting this. And congrats to entrepreneurs for putting your ideas out there. So with that concludes our programming. And Amanda will be in touch with our HQ office, which will be in touch with the entrepreneurs so that you'll get some notifications so that you can make sure that the money flows directly into your bank accounts. But with that, Amanda, do you have any closing thoughts?
Just a big thank you to everyone who participated, because I know a lot of you put time and energy into this. I talked to all of you before this, so I know that this was really a labor of love for a lot of you. And I hope that you're really proud of the fact that you were able to do this, put this out into the world, and take that first step to making it a reality. Please feel free to continue to visit the Padlet. I will leave it open for a little while so folks can go in and share their thoughts and their affirmations with people. And I hope that this is not the last that we see of any of you. We want to see you continue and be successful and thrive and make Cape Cod a great place to work, live, and play. And you guys are the ones who are doing it. So thank you.
Excellent. So